Greetings and welcome to the Introduction to Astronomy. In this episode of New Discoveries in Astronomy, we will talk about how unusual red aurorae observed above Japan revealed hidden activity occurring high above Earth's atmosphere. So let's get started. How can the height of a glow in the sky reveal the strength of a space storm? That may seem like an unusual question, but recently astronomers studying rare red aurorae over Japan discovered that these displays were reaching far higher than expected. The aurorae themselves were beautiful, but the real discovery came from measuring where the light appeared. And those measurements may be revealing hidden activity in Earth's upper atmosphere. Aurorae occur when charged particles from the sun interact with Earth's magnetic field and atmosphere. As these particles collide with oxygen atoms high above Earth, the atoms release energy in the form of light. Most aurorae are seen near Earth's polar regions. Japan lies much farther south, so aurorae are relatively rare and usually appear only during periods of increased solar activity. The events studied by researchers appeared as faint red glows stretching across the horizon. Normally, red aurorae are expected to form at altitudes of roughly 200 to 400 kilometers above Earth's surface. But scientists soon suspected these particular aurorae might be different. The question became, how high were they actually reaching? Researchers combined photographs taken by observers across Japan with satellite observations of Earth's upper atmosphere. Because the aurorae were photographed from different locations, scientists could compare the viewing angles from multiple observers. Much like surveyors determining the location of a distant object, they traced those sight lines upward and calculated the altitude of the glowing structures. The results were surprising. Some of the red aurorae extended between roughly 500 and 800 kilometers above Earth's surface. That is significantly higher than scientists normally expect for auroral activity associated with storms of this measured intensity. The measurement itself became the discovery, because if the aurorae were reaching those heights, something unusual had to be happening in Earth's upper atmosphere. Researchers believe that the answer involves the interaction between solar wind and the Earth's magnetic field. Streams of charged particles from the sun compressed Earth's magnetosphere, the invisible magnetic shield surrounding our planet. As energy entered Earth's upper atmosphere, the atmosphere itself may have heated and expanded upward. If that happened, the region where red aurorae form would also be pushed to greater heights. In other words, the unusual altitude of the aurorae may be acting as a clue. The lights suggest that Earth's upper atmosphere was responding more strongly than the traditional space weather measurements indicated. Scientists were able to infer the strength of an invisible process simply by measuring where the light appeared. This discovery is important because it suggests that some space weather events may be stronger than conventional indices indicate. Scientists may need to look beyond traditional measurements to fully understand how solar activity affects Earth. These effects are not merely academic. When Earth's upper atmosphere heats and expands, satellites in low Earth orbit experience greater atmospheric drag. Over time, that additional drag can alter satellite trajectories and affect spacecraft. The number of satellites orbiting Earth continues to grow. Understanding these effects becomes increasingly important. These unusual red aurorae were more than a beautiful display in the night sky. By measuring where the light appeared, scientists uncovered evidence that Earth's atmosphere was responding more strongly to solar activity than expected. Once again, astronomers learned something important not by observing the process directly, but by interpreting the signals it left behind. Light can reveal processes occurring far beyond what we can directly observe. So that concludes our discussion on red aurorae above Japan. We'll be back again next week for another episode of New Discoveries in Astronomy. So until then, have a great day, everyone, and I will see you in class.